Second Corinthians chapter 11, verse 7 to 8. And I'm doing my 668. 668? Yeah, 668 King James Version Bible read. Two verses today. Prepared some coiny Greek words, paraphrasing verse 7 and 8 as well after sharing the critical KJV translations, or at least some coiny Greek words from the original lexicon. So let me just read first verse 7. Have I committed an offense in abasing myself that ye might be exalted, because I have preached to you the gospel of God freely? First part of it seems like it's too deep, right? Second part, somehow self-explanatory, or still, or at least understandable. However, we will discuss that later on. Let me just read first verse 8 before that. I robbed other churches. Wow, robbed. I robbed other churches, taking wages of them to do you service. All right. Those are the two verses that we are about to talk to. That we are about to talk today. All right. So let's talk about Second Corinthians chapter 11, verse 7 first. Hamartian. So that's the first Koine Greek word. In KJV, it has been translated to the word offense. So, have I committed an offense? So, what does hamartian means back then in the original lexicon? Sorry, in the original lexicon. So, original lexicon means sin. However, just for clarification, so offense, uh, when Apostle Paul written it down, he's talking about sin, sin, or sinning, or have sinned. Now, for clarification, in 1611, offense, the word offense meant differently, or not meant differently. This is how it meant. It could mean a moral fault or sin. So it could be a moral fault or moral sin or sin. So just for context or for clarification. So yes, sin is the first word that we've talked about. Hamartian. Now the second word is actually epoi aisa. Epoi aisa. Epoi aisa. Epoi aisa, if I'm going to read it faster. Epoi aisa. In KJV, have I committed? Have I committed of an offense? Have I committed? In lexical meaning, I committed, I did, I've made, I performed. So so I committed, I did sin, I performed a sin, something like that. Now the third word is emoton, emoton, emoton. In KJV, myself. Lexical meaning myself. So, uh, have I committed an offense? Here in actual lexicon, if we're going to translate it directly, have I, or sorry, yeah, have I, or I did I committed a sin? So hence myself, did I committed sin? All right. Now the word abasing. The word abasing. In Koine Greek, it is tapinon. Translators of KJV translated the word tapinon using the word abasing. Abasing. So the lexical meaning of abasing, or sorry, of tapinon, the lexical meaning of tapinon is humbling, lowering, or abasing. But if we're going to use abasing nowadays, we wouldn't be able to get it right away. So might as well use humbling or lowering. But it has the same meaning. Now, the next word is this one is just a basic words. We just need to tackle this as well. Hina means that in lexical meaning. In KJV means that. In lexical meaning, so that, in order that. And then the next word is humais. Humais means ye. In KJV it is written ye, y e. In In lexical meaning in modern English, it means you, but this one is a plural pronoun. So basically, uh, whomais or whomays means you as a group, plural pronoun. Now the next word is hupso, hupsotete. In KJV might be exalted. In lexical meaning might be exalted or lifted high. All right. Now I'm gonna paraphrase it later on. Let's just go through verse 8 first. Second Corinthians chapter 11 verse 8. So the first word is alas. Alas. Allah with an S, something like that. Alas, the spelling of the transliteration, but the pronunciation is alas. Alas. In KJV, other. In lexical meaning, other, another, or different. Now, ecclesias or ecclesias. In KJV, churches, the lexical meaning of ecclesias is churches, assemblies, or congregation. Now, the next word, oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So if you can see here, in KJV, I rob other churches. But in Koine Greek, other churches I rob. So the word I rob in KJV came from the word esulisa. 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 The spelling is different from the pronunciation. E, e, su, the S double O, li, sa, with an H at the end. Esulisa. I robbed. So if you're going to read it right now, it's like Apostle Paul take something, took something. I rob other churches, took something from other churches. But let's go back to the meaning of the word rob and what Apostle Paul meant back then. All right. In lexical meaning, churches, assemblies, or congregation. Sorry, that's ecclesias. Ecclesias. Esulisa. Lexical meaning, KJV, I robbed. Lexical meaning, I robbed, or I plunder, I stripped, or I despoiled. I use the word despoiled on my paraphrasing because that despoiled covered I robbed, or I plunder, or I stripped. So if you use the word despoiled here, you've already got I robbed, or I plunder, or I stripped. All right. Now, here's the actual uh, probably running inside my mind, inside Apostle Paul's mind. Apostle Paul uses esulisa, the word esulisa, Koine Greek word, as a figurative speech. Figuratively, he is speaking with irony. By receiving financial support from other churches, it was if he had robbed them. By accepting, it feels that it feels like it seems to others that he robbed them, or it's an irony that instead of using what the other churches given as a support to the other churches, the Apostle Paul is using them for him to be able to minister unto them. So it was if as if he had robbed them in order to serve the Corinthians for free. So it's not a direct saying or a direct declaration that he took something from someone else. Though he received something from someone else, but he used that something for someone else. All right. Now, before paraphrasing, the next word is to do you service in KJV. To do you service. The actual Koine Greek word, it is actually four. Four Koine Greek word. To do you service. Now, we are going to talk about that. Prostin, humon, diakonias. Prostin, humon, diakonias. Pros is a separate word. Tin is a separate word. Humon is a separate word. Diakonias is a separate word, but these are basic words that almost accurately the translators of KJV got it correctly. Almost. Now, the word pros means in lexical meaning toward, forward, with reference to, in this verse, for the purpose of, for the purpose of. Now, ten or team, the, and then humon, your, and then diakonias. I think we've tackled this word before in our previous Bible reading. Diakonias is service, ministry, or serving, or work done for others. Now, paraphrasing. Let's paraphrase that. Verse 7. Have I committed an offense in abasing myself that ye might be exalted? Because I have preached to you the gospel of God freely. So if I'm going to write it, or if I'm going to say it, this is how I say it. Or this is how will I say it. Did I offend someone? Have I done wrong to someone? Or have I sinned by lowering myself down, so that you might be exalted, Corinthians, so that you might be exalted or lifted high, because I have preached the gospel of God to you for free, without asking of anything in return. So, did I do it incorrectly? Sharing the gospel towards you without receiving anything from you, or without even asking anything from you for me? So that's what Apostle Paul is saying, at least in my mind, after reading and checking out the Koine Greek words. Now, paraphrasing verse 8. But let me just read back my paraphrase here. Did I offend someone? Or have I done wrong to someone? Or have I sinned by humbling or lowering myself down, so that you, Corinthians, might be exalted or lifted high? Because I have preached the gospel of God to you for free, without asking of anything in return. Now, verse 8. I rob other churches, taking wages of them to do you service. Now, paraphrasing verse 8. Have I spoiled? Have I robbed? Have I plundered? Have I stripped anything from any one of you, or from any other churches? Have I despoiled other churches, or assemblies, or congregation, by accepting support from them that I was able to use, so that I could preach the gospel and minister, do you service and minister unto you? So Apostle Paul is just trying to tell on these two verses that whatever happened is God's plan. People in other churches provided support. In other verses, Apostle Paul tried to decline. So he didn't receive a lot of support. He tends to refuse accepting support. But on this part, he was able to receive support coming from other churches, that he was able to go to Corinth. And probably on the first time that he went there. Because this is the second letter, this is the second epistle. Sorry, excuse me. So, Apostle Paul is saying that the super apostle, or the false preachers, the false apostles, are trying to diminish, or trying to uh, not blunder. I was thinking about a different word. Diminish, lowering down, or belittling the ministry that I have done for you, towards you guys. But have you seen? Have you remember? Do you remember how I did it? I just reached out to you, shared to you the gospel of Christ, and you've heard it, and you believe it, and you surrendered unto it, and you accepted it fully. And I didn't ask anything, meaning the gospel is for free. and I given it to you for free. Now other churches supported me, not only to go to you, but supported me for my ministry, meaning for sharing the gospel to the Gentiles. And fortunately, I was able to be here. This is a plan of God. Now, if they are trying to, I forgot the word, not blunder. Oh, I forgot the word. If they are trying to slander, there you go. If they are trying to slander me, you've in previous verses, we are able uh, to make it visible. I believe it's yesterday. To make it visible, to make it manifest, to make it manifest towards you. You are the one who experienced when we preach unto you. So please protect yourselves because I couldn't be here at all times. So I'm just trying to tell you guys in Corinth that what I did for you is not for my self gain. And to be honest with you, I'm lowering myself down for you to be exalted towards God, meaning for you to lay you down on the feet of the Savior. And now you've been saved because you accept the blood of the Savior. So listen unto Him by listening unto our preaching. And you can test our spirit because we're not pointing you to ourselves. But that's the reason why super apostles or chiefest apostles or false apostles, because they are exalting themselves by their good works. See, we are the children of God. We are the true child of God because you can see our fruits. Now, we're not sharing our fruits. We're sharing Jesus Christ. Now you get it. Now stand by it. Keep the faith. So Apostle Paul is still trying to strengthen the understanding and for the Corinthians, believers in Corinth, to stand firm in the faith and to never be persuaded by the deception of the enemy. All right, that's 17 minutes already. So that's my Bible reading for today in KJV. Tomorrow it might be a longer one, but I will just cherry pick not cherry pick the verses, right? Cherry pick the line that is kind of deep or kind of confusing if we're going to read it today. Then go back to the original lexicon, what those translation meant in 1611, or what these verses actually meant in when the writers when the apostle Paul written those scriptures down, because we're talking about Second Corinthians and the apostle Paul is the one who wrote this. All right, I think that's it. God bless you guys. Keep safe. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.